I stepped out of the cozy cafe with my friend Alice as the bustling city noise faded into the background. The night was cold and damp, like the breath of darkness itself, with the scent of smoke and sewage lingering in the air. Clutching a warm cup of coffee in my hand, I tried to ward off the chill as our conversation lingered, delaying our parting. Finally, we said our goodbyes, and I decided to take a shortcut through the dark alleyways to get home quicker. The night grew quieter as I entered the narrow, abandoned alley. The dim light of the street lamp flickered uneasily, casting eerie shadows dancing along the walls of derelict buildings. With each step, the silence deepened. The rustling of garbage and the whisper of the wind through leaves sounded like ominous omens to me. Suddenly, I felt unwell. My heart began to race so loudly I could hear it in my ears. I stopped, leaning against the wall of an abandoned building, trying to calm myself. But something stirred in the darkness. I turned, squinting into the darkness. From a nearby garbage bin, a dark shape leaped out. A dog. I recoiled, my heart freezing in my chest. It stood there, peering out from the darkness, its eyes gleaming like pairs of red coals in the night. A surge of fear gripped my chest as it began to approach. "Don't be afraid, it's just a dog," I reassured myself. But the looming shadow seemed much more than just a dog. I tried to back away, but my leg gave way, and I stumbled, losing my balance. My head slammed against the concrete with a deafening thud. Blinding pain shot through my brain, and I blacked out. When I woke up, all was silent. The pain in my head felt like a second blow, and I struggled to rise to my feet. Darkness surrounded me, and panic began to clutch at my heart. The shadow of the dog had vanished, leaving me alone in these grim streets. All I wanted was to escape, to get home to safety. But the streets seemed to toy with me, leading me into dead ends and blind alleys. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of agonizing wandering, I saw a faint light on the horizon. I realized it was the way out of this nightmare. With each step, the light grew brighter, but just as I neared, it flickered out as if someone had flipped a switch. And then I heard something behind me. A creak, like a whisper, but far more sinister. I slowly turned, my heart pounding so loudly I was sure it would burst from my chest. Dark eyes gleamed in the darkness, watching me. I realized it wasn't a dog. It was something else, something far more ominous and undefined. "Who are you?" My voice trembled. But the shadow only drew closer, its figure smoothly blending into the darkness. In a panic, I ran, ignoring the pain in my head that seemed to chase after me like a ghost. Finally, as I emerged onto the street, bright and safe, I realized this night would forever remain in my memory as the most horrifying nightmare. But what it was, a dog, a shadow, or something else entirely, I never found out. And perhaps it's better not to know.